It is Monday, March 21st, 2022. It's about a quarter to noon, and I am out here on my back porch with the baby, just kind of enjoying the weather. I'm about a bit over halfway through my paternity leave. You know, things have changed quite a bit with the baby. When I started, he was pretty easy to take care of. You know, he just ate, slept, and that was pretty much it. But now he is awake a lot more, right? Between feeds, he's fully awake. He's screaming, rolling around. That's right, he's able to roll from supine to prone. And so you can't really leave him alone anymore. Just constantly holding him or having to constantly watch him, it does make doing things very difficult, which is why we haven't really been vlogging very much lately. Now, I have been recording a ton of sort of home video style videos, you know, mostly just of the baby. But that stuff is private. It's not meant for sharing on YouTube. And so yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually posted sort of anything substantial. If you've been following, you might have noticed that I posted a video showing some wildlife tests just of animals in my backyard. And well, yeah, it's because, you know, with the whole paternity leave thing, I'm home most of the time with the baby, and so yeah, I can feel a little bit like prison. And so I look out the window, and that's sort of my link to the outside world. And you know, I like paying attention to the wildlife and seeing what they're doing. But you know, it's hard to see what they're doing because they're pretty far away. You can only see so much with your eyes. And so I tried using the Sony a6400 with the 18th at 135 millimeter to get a little bit closer and take some test shots and some slow-mo videos. You know, I'm fully aware that 135 is not long enough for wildlife, but that's all I got. That's the longest lens I have, and so that's what I thought I'd try. And it was fun, and I kind of want to do it a little bit more. So I went on eBay and I was looking for sort of longer lenses. Initially, I was very into the Sony 70-350G lens for APS-C, and you know, it's still selling for quite a bit of money used, and I don't know, I just couldn't justify dropping that kind of cash into a hobby I'm just starting, and I don't know how long I'm going to be doing it for, right? I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to spend on that, and so I didn't want to spend that kind of cash. So then I also looked at the Tamron 18-300, which is a fairly recent release, and so there aren't a ton of cheap used copies out there, but that lens, because it's also wide, it does sort of cover more use case scenarios. It's a far more flexible lens, so it wouldn't just be for wildlife. It also allows you to kind of do pseudo macro photography because of the close minimum focus distance. So I was able to justify a little bit, you know, spending a little bit more for that lens. But you know, even so, there weren't great deals on eBay, and so yeah, I didn't end up getting it. So then that aside, I started looking at sort of even older sort of 8-mount lenses, and I was kind of trying to decide between the 70-300G which is a full frame A mount lens, versus the 55 to 300, which is an A mount APS-C lens. And the former was going for about 300 to 350. The latter was going for about 150. I had a hard time trying to decide between the two. I think clearly the G was going to be sharper, but it was also much heavier. It would be the heaviest lens. If I were to get it, it would be the heaviest lens I own, because my current heaviest lens is the Sigma 85mm f1.4 EX HSM for A mount, and that lens, even though it's a great lens, I've produced some of my favorite pictures ever on that lens, I hardly carry it with me because it's so heavy. It's like 760 grams or something like that. And then you got to add on the LEA3 adapter, which is 110 grams. So it's so heavy, I don't carry it with me. And so, yeah, even though the G lens probably would have given me sharper results, who knows, maybe the autofocus would be better, I'm not sure. I just can't foresee using that kind of lens because of its weight. Or I can't foresee using it very much because of its weight. I wouldn't want to carry it anywhere. It has a SSM motor, which is the same as the 16 to 50 f2.8, which I do own. It's okay in terms of autofocus performance. It's not perfect, but I don't know. So yeah, I ended up just going ahead and getting the 55 to 300, which is a SAM autofocus motor. We'll see. It's probably not going to be the sharpest thing ever, but it's just for fun, right? For $150 just to give it a try. And the other way I justify it is this: if this wildlife photography, videography thing works out well, and I do enjoy it, and I find myself spending some time on it, then I'll probably invest in the better E-mount lens, right? And so there's no point in spending more on an A-mount lens, the G lens at this point. So anyway, I just ordered it yesterday. It hasn't shipped yet. So, I'm hoping it arrives soon because I would love to give that a try. And yeah, what do you think?